All right, all you diehard Gers supporters, welcome back to Rangers Update. The buzz at Ibrox has been electric lately, and it is impossible not to feel the shift in atmosphere that Danny Rowe has brought to the side. After a turbulent start to the season with doubts creeping in and critics sharpening their knives, the mood has lifted dramatically, and supporters are starting to believe again. There is a tangible sense that this squad, despite its flaws and previous missteps in recruitment, is rediscovering its rhythm and its hunger for the Premiership crown. The Scottish top flight has always been a demanding environment, and Rangers under Rowe have shown that resilience can come even in the face of structural challenges that many outside the dressing room might not fully grasp. It is not just about the results on the park, though victories like the one at Tynecastle Park do wonders for morale. It is about how the players have responded collectively to the pressure and scrutiny. Rowe inherited a team that many insiders argued had been weakened during a summer window that should have strengthened them. Despite significant funds being spent, the departures of established figures like Jeff, Ridvan Yilmaz, Liam Balogun, Vaclav Cherny, Cyril Dacis, and Hamza Igerman left gaps that the new signings struggled to fill. It has been a season of adaptation, learning, and for some, redemption as the squad works to balance fresh faces with the experience already present at Ibrox. Danny Rowe's impact cannot be overstated since taking over from Russell Martin, whose tenure lasted only 123 days amid one of the club's worst league starts in modern memory. Rowe has injected energy, confidence, and a sense of purpose that was sorely missing. Matches are sharper, pressing is more coordinated, and the players are clearly responding to a manager who demands intensity and commitment. The title race, which at one point seemed a distant dream, is now a very real challenge again. A win at Tynecastle Park on the 21st of December slashed the gap to the top of the Premiership to 6 points, a scenario that seemed almost unimaginable a few weeks prior. Yet, as much as supporters are celebrating this revival, there is no escaping the questions beneath the surface. Does this squad have the depth to sustain a full season's challenge? Are there weaknesses that even the most spirited performances cannot cover up? Rowe is certainly getting the best out of the group he has, but the reality is that structural flaws linger, and every victory carries with it a reminder of the work still required to restore Rangers to domestic dominance. The summer recruitment strategy overseen by Kevin Fell has faced sharp criticism, and few have been as forthright as former Rangers striker Ali McCoy. The argument has been made that rather than improving the squad, the club might have taken a step backward. McCoy highlighted both the departures of key players and the struggles of the incoming dozen to adapt quickly enough to the demands of Scottish football. For a team attempting to bridge the gap at the top, these missteps were costly, leaving the new manager to piece together cohesion from a mix of talent that, in many cases, was untested at this level. Andrew Kavanagh's eventual dismissal of the director behind this strategy came as little surprise to observers. Patrick Stewart's exit alongside him marked a decisive change behind the scenes, signaling that the board recognized the need to recalibrate recruitment and strategy. Rangers may have spent a net sum, reportedly around 20 million, but the tangible results on the pitch suggested a side struggling to keep pace, highlighting how critical strategic signings are to sustaining long-term success in the Premiership. Moving forward, the January window looks set to be crucial. There is broad consensus that a squad overhaul may now be unavoidable if Rangers are to genuinely challenge on all fronts. Priority one is undoubtedly a striker capable of consistently finding the back of the net, while reinforcements in defense and midfield are also necessary to allow Rowe's high-energy, aggressive style to flourish. Without these additions, even the current squad's short-term gains could plateau, as fatigue and lack of depth may hinder performance in crucial matches. The American consortium backing the club showed no hesitation in last summer's spending spree, and there is every reason to believe that decisive and well-targeted investments will be needed in the weeks ahead. For a manager like Rowe, the margin for error in recruitment is now minimal. Any misstep could undermine the progress painstakingly built through determination, tactical acumen, and a renewed sense of belief in the team's capabilities. Recent performances highlight both the promise and the precariousness of the current setup. The narrow victory over Hibs on Monday was more than 3 points. It was a demonstration of character. Missing several regular starters, Rangers found a way to grind out a 1-0 win, courtesy of Emmanuel Fernandez's first-half strike. The game offered a glimpse into the importance of squad management, with Rowe rotating key players and maintaining a balance between exertion and recovery. Notably, Nikiko Rashin did not start, raising questions given his vital role in the team's midfield balance and pressing game, while officially managed as a rest. Whispers about a minor injury have surfaced, highlighting how fragile the squad could be in upcoming fixtures. Rowe's decision-making will be closely scrutinized, especially as the team faces a demanding trip to Tynecastle without first-choice defenders John Sutor and Derek Cornelius. Rashin's influence cannot be overstated. His ability to recover possession, press effectively, and dictate the tempo provides a level of control that few others in the squad can match, particularly in challenging away matches. Rashin's journey this season has been remarkable. Once sidelined and uncertain of his future under the previous management, he has reasserted himself as a cornerstone of the team's midfield. His resilience has not only restored his standing at Ibrox, but has also earned him recognition on the international stage with Belgium. Against Hibs, his introduction in the final 15 minutes allowed Rangers to protect their slender lead, effectively reinforcing his value even when not at full capacity. Alongside players like James Terr, Boy and Majowski, Raskin's managed workload ensures that Rowe can maintain a high-intensity approach without overburdening his most influential figures. Majowski, in particular, appears revitalized under the current regime, and his fitness will be crucial for the upcoming trip to Edinburgh. A positive outcome there could dramatically alter the complexion of Rangers' campaign, keeping them firmly in contention and restoring a sense of belief that the squad can compete with the very best in Scotland. As the squad heads into the hectic, festive period, Danny Rowe's management of player fitness and rotation will be tested like never before. The intensity of the Premiership, coupled with the pressure of maintaining a title challenge, requires meticulous planning and tactical acumen. Every choice in the starting 11 matters, and Rowe's ability to blend energy with experience will be crucial. Players like Rashin, Fernandez, and Majowski are proving indispensable, not only for their individual quality, but also for the stability they bring to the side. Their presence allows younger or less experienced teammates to perform with confidence, knowing that leadership and composure are always within reach on the pitch. This dynamic is vital for a team that has endured a season of upheaval, rebuilding, and adaptation following a summer that, for many supporters, felt like a gamble that did not entirely pay off. The fixture against Hearts at Thyme Castle looms as a defining moment in the current campaign. Rowe's preparation will need to be meticulous, especially with defensive options limited. Clinton and Saylor are expected to partner Fernandez at the back, a combination that brings promise but also exposes the squad to potential vulnerabilities given the absences elsewhere. The midfield, led by Rashin, if fully fit, will be tasked with both shielding the defence and initiating attacks, a dual role that demands intelligence, energy, and unflinching commitment. Against a side like Hearts, who are capable of exploiting even minor lapses in concentration, every duel matters. The atmosphere in Edinburgh is notoriously hostile, and it is here that the character of Rowe's Rangers will be tested most severely. Success in such matches will not only earn valuable points, but also reinforce the belief that this squad, despite its imperfections, can consistently challenge at the top. Off the pitch, the club is quietly reshaping its strategy to avoid repeating past mistakes. The consultative role of Stig Inge Bjornebye is expected to have a significant influence on recruitment planning, ensuring that any additions in January are better suited to Rowe's tactical blueprint and the demands of the Premiership. There is broad consensus that a top-class striker is urgently needed as someone capable of converting chances consistently and lifting the team in crucial moments. Alongside this, the midfield and defensive units require reinforcement, not simply to replace departures, but to provide the depth necessary for a grueling campaign. The board's willingness to invest will be pivotal. A measured and strategic approach to signings could transform potential weaknesses into genuine strengths. Supporters are acutely aware that recruitment missteps can haunt a campaign, and there is little room for error if Rangers are to restore domestic dominance. The transformation under Danny Rowe has also highlighted the importance of tactical flexibility. Matches are no longer won purely through individual brilliance. The team's structure, pressing intensity, and ability to control games through smart positional play have become defining features. This evolution is visible in games where the margin for error is minimal, such as the narrow win over Hibs. Despite missing key starters, Rangers demonstrated discipline, resilience, and the capacity to grind out results when necessary. Fernandez's early goal provided a foundation, but it was the collective effort, guided by Rowe's instructions, that secured the 3 points. These moments are critical in shaping a squad capable of sustaining a title challenge, particularly in a league where consistency often proves the difference between triumph and disappointment. Individual stories within the team continue to capture the imagination of supporters. Miovski's resurgence under Rowe, for example, has been remarkable. Once struggling for confidence and form, he now embodies the attacking threat that Rangers have been missing. His movement, timing, and finishing are gradually restoring the belief that the club possesses the firepower to challenge Hearts, Hibs, Celtic, and any other side in the league. Alongside him, players like James Tare and Boy contribute not just skill, but also energy and determination, essential ingredients in Rowe's high-intensity system. These players, when managed correctly, provide a blend of creativity, power, and tactical awareness that keeps opposition defenses under constant pressure. The responsibility on Rowe is to maintain the delicate balance between pushing his players to their limits and preserving their fitness for critical fixtures, a challenge that has defined successful managers throughout Scottish football history. In the context of squad depth, the situation of players like Nikiko Rashin remains a focal point. His influence on games is so pronounced that even minor injuries or tactical absences can have a disproportionate impact. Rowe's decision to limit Rashin's minutes against Hibs illustrates a broader strategy: protect key assets while ensuring the team remains competitive. Rashin's ability to press, regain possession, and dictate tempo is not easily replaced, and the squad's capacity to function at the same level without him is limited. This reality underscores the importance of strategic acquisitions in January, as well as the necessity of maintaining a core of players capable of sustaining Rowe's aggressive, high-energy approach over the course of a demanding season. The stakes could not be higher, and every fixture carries implications far beyond the immediate result. As the campaign progresses, the interplay between performance, strategy, and recruitment will define the season. Rowe's Rangers are no longer a side merely surviving. They are a team actively challenging, capable of securing vital wins and instilling belief throughout Ibrox and beyond. Yet the challenges remain formidable. The Premiership is ruthless, and without astute reinforcement, tactical flexibility, and careful player management, the squad's resurgence could falter. The board's willingness to invest, combined with Rowe's tactical acumen, forms the bedrock on which this campaign will be built. Each match, from the high-stakes trip to Tynecastle to the subsequent fixtures across Scotland, is an opportunity to solidify momentum, deepen squad cohesion, and assert Rangers as genuine contenders for the title. The story of this season still being written hinges on the delicate balance between ambition, pragmatism, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that Danny Rowe has instilled in every player fortunate enough to wear the blue of Ibrox. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers around Ibrox have grown louder, and the murmur is now impossible to ignore. Across the Scottish game, word is spreading that Rangers may have pulled off one of the most eye-catching pieces of business in recent memory, striking a sensational deal with ABERDEEN that would see Jesper Karlsson heading south to Glasgow. Official channels remain silent, yet the sense of shock travelling through the league tells its own story. Sources close to both clubs suggest the talks were conducted with an unusual level of secrecy, the kind that only fuels speculation once the rumour breaks into the open. Rangers, long accused by rivals of playing it safe in the market, are said to have moved decisively, identifying Karlsson as a statement signing capable of shifting the balance of power. The very idea of ABERDEEN agreeing to such a move has raised eyebrows, but those familiar with Pittodrie insist there is logic behind the scenes, with a complex exchange of players and future considerations believed to be part of the discussion. Karlsson's profile fits the kind of ambition Rangers supporters crave: creative, direct, and not afraid to take responsibility. He's viewed by many as a footballer made for the intensity of Glasgow, where expectations weigh heavy and patience is thin. Pundits have already begun debating how he might be deployed, whether drifting inside to unlock packed defences or given license to roam and unsettle opponents who pride themselves on discipline. For ABERDEEN, the rumoured deal is being framed less as a surrender and more as a calculated reset. Insiders speak of a broader strategy, one that prioritises depth and sustainability over holding on to a single star. Still, the emotional reaction among fans has been mixed. ranging from disbelief to reluctant acceptance. Until pen meets paper, this remains conjecture, the kind of story that thrives in back pages and pub conversations alike. Yet the noise refuses to fade. If the whispers prove true, this could be the move that redefines the season's narrative, reminding everyone that in Scottish football, the biggest shocks often arrive without warning. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned